Good morning and welcome to the Met Report. I'm Sassy Montenegro.
And I'm Brenden Gilliss. Let's get started. After serving as provost of the university for 2 years, Dr. Alfred Tatum has stepped down, returning to his role as a professor in the School of Education. Tatum has over 18 years of higher education experience and has been key in relationship building and inclusive leadership. He also served as leading authority and one of the nation's prominent education scholars of African American boys' literacy development. Tatum oversaw academic activities throughout MSU Denver with direct responsibility for developing, delivering, and evaluating academic program policies and procedures. Dr. Maria Mora will serve as interim provost as the university conducts a nationwide search for Tatum's replacement.
The English department hosted a presentation on the cinema of India this past Wednesday, presented by a visiting professor, Kalpana Hularu. Kalpana Hularu, PhD, is a professor of English literature at the University of Pondicherry in Pondicherry, India, who through the Fulbright Scholarship Association has come to MSU Denver this year as a part-time faculty member. In the Caviar Room, or JSSB 420, Dr. Hularu spoke about both the history of film in India since its 1947 independence and the issues dealt with by Bollywood and elsewhere. Among these issues were poverty, crime, the roles of women, and the caste system. The event featured a presentation of notes and clips as well as discussions regarding issues facing the Indian film industry today. Our reporter Noah Block spoke with Dr. Kalpana about the changing state of Indian movies today.
I think it's changing basically because there's more recognition globally now, which had not been there earlier, and Hindu nationalism. A large number of people who come from various backgrounds are also recognizing probably it's not a good thing. And there is a large amount of people, or maybe let's say a large section of people who do not want to really accept it. And the ones who utilize it are doing more so for gains that could be political.
A group of students from the organization Students for a Democratic Society gathered in front of the Auraria Library this Wednesday to protest what they see as an unjust handling of affirmative action. The Supreme Court of the United States, which established a practice of giving equally qualified non-white college applicants priority, known more commonly as affirmative action, has been hearing arguments against the policy. Now, the majority conservative court expects to deliver at least 2 rulings in the next few months. SDS is a left-wing organization with members on many college campuses across the country. Their protest was aimed at standing up for affirmative action, indicating through signs that they saw it as a necessary for fairness in higher education.
This past week, the Brother to Brother program held 2 events, the Guard Your Brilliance Critical Dialogue and a short performance featuring the space program and their hip-hop music. The event facilitated by the Black Student Alliance were aimed to open powerful discussion and represent males of color across the Aurora campus. During the first event, students were invited to listen to some of the space program music and were welcome to ask questions. Each of the men had an opportunity to expand how they met, when they created the space program, and what their intentions were in creating and sharing their music. They highlighted the idea that they are expanding boundaries that they often limit men of color. The group also made it clear that their visions do not always align, but they respect each other enough to listen and support each other's growth. We had the chance to speak to an assistant director of the Brother to Brother program, Jermaine Gunnels. Here is what he shared with us.
Absolutely. So with Dr. View, he's a longtime friend and fraternity brother of mine from back in Oklahoma. And so I knew about his work when he was doing the Black Male Initiative program at University of Central Oklahoma while he was doing his PhD program. And so I knew about the space program and what they kind of stood for in terms of, you know, celebrating, not necessarily celebrating, but promoting more, promoting the work or the discussions around Black men at predominantly white institutions and their experiences.
One of the best things about the Auraria campus is the wide variety of food trucks that stop by. And while they've been a mainstay for students, their rotations have continued to change. Every Monday, there will be a series of rotating food trucks stationed around the King Center for students to buy from. Every Tuesday, there will be the Mac and Noodles and the Heckin' Good Bubble Tea truck. Mac and Noodles serves mac and cheese, and Heckin' Good Bubble Tea serves different tea drinks and other beverages. Every Wednesday, there will be the Sauvage truck, which serves Cajun gourmet food. And finally, every Thursday, there will be the Bandwagon Sandwich Company truck, which serves different sandwiches and other sides.
Coming up next.
A refinery in Commerce City reports a vapor leak.
The Olympics have begun their esports competition.
And a competitive surfer is accused of being transphobic.
All this and more after the break.
Dad?
Being a dad can be transformative, but also a lot of fun. Help prepare your little monster for the outside world. Encourage their interests. Support their growth. Walk them through new relationships.
He's perfect.
Whatever you say.
And prepare them to stand on their own 2 feet.
So much of the good in my life is because of you.
Never stop being a dad.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
It's definitely taken a toll on all of us.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before,
it's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID shots are safe.
Much safer than getting the virus.
We can all do our part
and get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
Your student tuition pays for many things, and one of them is a membership to the University Rec Center. I have more on the story. The Recreation Center is not just a facility for physical activity, but also an educational platform where its members can cultivate positive self-image, foster better social connections, and refine their interpersonal abilities.
Hi, my name is Vinny with MSU Denver Rec. I'm one of the trainers here and also teach morning movement.
By offering a variety of programs and activities, the Recreation Center caters to diverse interests, expectations, and requirements of the community.
There's multiple benefits. I'm more focused on the personal training, group fitness side, but we also not only offer fitness opportunities, but also we hold on to outdoor pursuits, e-sport competitions, and we also provide club sports too, ranging all the way from cheer to even Taekwondo. So wide range of services. The thing is, I gotta give credit to the staff that works over here. We're all very personable, and also too, we understand what it's like. First day could be the most intimidating one, but we're here to help support you. So any questions that you may have, we're all pretty well informed with the program all around here, so we could provide any answers that you may have.
For more information on the fitness class schedule or any other questions in regards to the gym, visit msudenver.edu/recreation/fitness. With its welcoming atmosphere and diverse community, the Recreation Center is a perfect place to stay connected, get involved, and improve your well-being. Reporting, Sassy Montenegro.
Later this year, one of the biggest construction projects in Denver will be completed. And while it may not rise as high as some of the skyscrapers in the city, it will surely leave a mark on downtown. It's easy to notice if you're walking along the east side of campus, as cranes and workers are constantly moving around the Denver Convention Center across Beer Boulevard. The $200 million Convention Center expansion project began in 2021, aiming to build 80,000 square feet of new space on top of the existing structure. The space will include an outdoor terrace, ballroom, and when completed, will become one of the largest buildings in the city. According to the Denver government, the project will create or support over 2,600 jobs, generate $195 million in labor income, $475 million in anticipated sales, and add approximately $4 billion to the gross regional product of Colorado.
Coming to Denver for the very first time, the document that transformed the lives of millions of people, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. The original pages from the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, signed on February 2nd in 1848, set the stage for the westward expansion of the United States and ended the Mexican-American War. In the treaty, the Republic of Mexico relinquished 55% of its territory to the United States, this territory becoming the modern-day states of Arizona, California, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, as well as a large part of western and southern Colorado. The treaty arrived on Colorado on February 2nd on the 175th anniversary of its signing and is on display currently in the Borderlands of Southern Colorado exhibition and the History of Colorado Center in Denver. The exhibit will be available to everyone until May 22, so make sure you don't miss on this opportunity to see this historic document.
On February 17th, Suncor Energy reported a vapor leak at their Commerce City refinery, the second such incident in 2023. Located off Brighton Boulevard along Interstate 270, Suncor is Colorado's only petroleum refinery. Over the last 3 months, the refinery has seen 3 separate incidents involving pollution of the area around their facility. Most recently, the refinery experienced a vapor leak while performing routine maintenance, which was contained quickly. In late January, Suncor reported a small gas leak at the refinery, which was also dealt with accordingly. But in December, it was reported that the facility released potentially unhealthy amounts of benzene into the Sand Creek, which flows alongside the Suncor plant.
It was announced last weekend that former President Jimmy Carter entered hospice care, electing to spend the rest of his time alongside his family. Serving as President of the United States from 1977 to 1981, Carter governed a country still reeling from Watergate, Vietnam, and an ongoing economic crisis that saw inflation skyrocket. He is best remembered for establishing the U.S. Department of Education, as well as the passing of the Camp David Accords, which aimed to alleviate tensions between Egypt and Israel. He lost re-election to Ronald Reagan in 1980 after a series of foreign policy issues damaged his reputation, but became a prominent activist and humanitarian work alongside Habitat that Humanity and the earning Nobel Peace Prize in 2002.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that that is its own unique space too.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
So when we start talking about COVID, I completely get it. It's frustrating.
We've all been impacted one way or another.
The fight against COVID is also changing really quickly.
And it's sometimes really hard to keep up.
So here are a few things we know.
We are not fighting the same virus from 2020.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before,
It's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID vaccines are safe,
Much safer than getting COVID-19.
We all want this to end sooner than later.
so go ahead and do things.
Go out and live your life, but get vaccinated. Stay boosted.
we can all do our part.
And get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
Hello, my little lovelies. I'm back again to tell you the recent entertainment news and tea. So let's make like Lil Uzi Vert and rock. The International Olympic Committee has announced its Olympic esports series for 2023, with the winners playing live in Singapore from June 22nd through the 25th. The series began March 1st, with players from around the world competing in person across 9 different sports. The confirmed games are archery, baseball, chess, cycling, dance, motorsports, sailing, taekwondo, and tennis. The IOC hopes to build off the successes of the Olympic Virtual Series from 2021, which attracted over 250,000 participants over 100 countries. Fans are excited to see what the future holds for esports and the possibilities of adding other sports to the Olympic Series. But until then, we eagerly await the finals in June. Joshua Bassett was recently baptized as an allegedly anti-LGBTQ+ megachurch. Users took to the internet to express their concern, as Bassett is openly queer and talks about how he loves the LGBTQ+ community. Bassett later tweeted out a response to his baptism by saying he had no idea about the church's beliefs or policies and does not endorse them in any way. His fans later replied with confusion as to how the actor and singer did not know about this infamous church. One of the biggest cheating scandals of the year happened this past month with Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Though neither of the two have openly stated anything about their relationship, fans quickly used their detective skills and revealed that Megan Fox unfollowed MGK from Instagram and later followed Timothée Chalamet, Harry Styles, and Eminem. Talk about drama. An outside source has told various news sites that the two are actively trying to fix their relationship and are not giving up just yet. Megan Fox has also unfollowed everyone after a couple days. Riri is pregnant again! She revealed the big news during her halftime Super Bowl performance, which I also like to refer to as Rihanna's concert with a side of football. She is expecting her first child with rapper A$AP Rocky after giving birth to her first baby in May 2022. Riri, when are we gonna get new music, please? Have you heard the recent Selena Gomez versus Hailey Bieber drama? I would not be lying if I said everything I have learned about this situation has been against my will. But will I continue looking into it? Of course. Here's the breakdown. After Selena Gomez beat Kylie Jenner in the race to be Instagram's most followed person, petty beef started cooking. First, Selena posted a photo of her laminated brows, making fun of herself and her fun mistake. Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber then posted screenshots of their brows with people stating that they are allegedly trying to make fun of Selena. A couple days later, Selena replied to comments on a TikTok of Hailey Bieber being mean to Taylor Swift, longtime bestie of Selena Gomez, stating that Taylor Swift is and will always be the best in the game. Hailey Bieber also posted a TikTok with Kendall Jenner using the sounds, "I'm not saying she deserves it, but God's timing is always right." This caused a stir as it was posted around the same time Selena Gomez was being body-shamed and bullied online. People all over TikTok and Twitter were quick to point out and compare Hailey to Selena, saying that Hailey has been trying to copy her and stalk her ever since Selena and Justin were together. When will this end? It was announced just hours ago that South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh was sentenced to 2 life terms for murdering his wife and son in 2021. Murdaugh was a successful lawyer in South Carolina alongside his family members, but in June 2021, Murdaugh's son Paul and wife Maggie were found dead on the family estate in Colleton County, South Carolina. Murdaugh pled not guilty to the killings, but the evidence against him proved insurmountable, as he was found to have been at the scene of the killings on the night they occurred. Murdaugh was also found to have defrauded his law firm and clients out of millions of dollars, which was seen as a motive for the murders. The verdict came after a highly publicized 6-week trial with over 70 witness testimonies recounting the incident, and has been turned into a popular Netflix documentary. Hopefully this upcoming month's tea will be served iced and sweet, but until then, I will be drinking coffee. That's all I have for you today. Have a great Women's History Month.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
All right, let's try this.
COVID has been a really long fight, and it's been especially tough on kids.
It's been a rough transition for all of us.
Right now, as a father, I want to give the best tools to protect my kids.
So what can we do to get back to that sense of normalcy?
Every day, parents ask me if their child 5 and above should get vaccinated.
The answer is absolutely yes.
My own sons, who are 6 and 8 years old, had their COVID vaccine.
It's an added layer of protection to keep kids from getting any type of severe illness or complications from a COVID infection.
A lot of parents are also wondering if the vaccines are safe.
Yes, it's safe and effective for children.
Definitely safer than a COVID infection.
Children get a smaller dosage than adults do.
So if you have questions or concerns about the vaccine, that's okay.
We're here to help.
We have the tools we need to protect kids and help them stay healthy and all get through this together.
Hello everybody, I'm Cody Shem. Welcome back to Met Report Sports. As the spring sports near conference play at MSU, one team has jumped out to an impressive start.
Dominant sweep against University of Mary, North Dakota, and following 2 top 5 rankings in the NCBWA South Central region in back-to-back weeks, the Red Hot Roadrunners have been awarded the 13th spot in the latest NCAA D2 national rankings. The Roadrunners had a feeling they were going to have a strong offense, but now this offense is questionably one of the best in all of Division II.
It's awesome to see guys produce. I mean, right now we're having as much fun as we could. Like, everything's firing on all cylinders, knock on wood, and hopefully we can keep rolling.
In the 19 different individual batting stat categories, the Roadrunners hold the top spot in 12 of the categories for the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. And comes at no surprise that this is the team to beat in the RMAC.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we play really good defense and swing the bats the way that we're capable of it, so I keep telling our pitchers, I'm like, don't make a mess for yourself. You know, our key, what we've struggled at is walks in certain situations, but more than anything, it's when we score, getting a 0 the next inning and keeping the momentum. Because when you do that, our offense is going to continue to go. But
the Roadrunners also lead Division II in hits at 191, second in runs with 162, second in doubles with 47, third in home runs with 25, sixth in batting average at .369, seventh in slugging percentage at .613, and ninth in on-base percentage at .471. Individually, Zach Schuler is the national leader in RBIs at 28, is tied with teammate Ross Smith for the national lead in doubles at 10, and leadoff hitter Cody Schultz is second in the country with 25 runs. With conference play right around the corner, these Roadrunners look to prepare themselves for a late season run. From the Assembly Athletic Complex, this is Trenton Sanders.
Not sure if Mother Nature had anything to do with it, but Lance Kelly.
MSU basketball celebrated Senior Day over the weekend. Our reporter Kieran Nigro caught up with the players to see how it went.
On Saturday, February 18th, the men's and women's basketball teams celebrated their senior night against Colorado Christian University. It was an emotional night for both teams as the girls celebrated 3 seniors while the men celebrated 2. Here's Tyree Randall on what the ceremony was like before the game.
And it was a lot of emotions, man. I held it. I did my best not to cry, saying I'm probably going to cry a little later, but you know what I'm saying, man, I love it, man. It's not a better feeling than be able to go out with your family.
The women won in regulation while the men secured their W in a tight overtime matchup. I was able to catch up with Jane Galloway to ask her about her career at MSU and what it has meant to her after the game.
I think this is where my heart is. This is where I was meant to be. I have so much fun here. I love the atmosphere. I love the coaching staff, my teammates, everything. It's just where I'm supposed to be.
The RMAC basketball tournament teams are set, and your MSU Roadrunners are well represented with both the men's and the women's teams competing. Despite a strong shooting performance from the men's, they couldn't protect the ball, committing 16 turnovers in a 72-82 loss against one-seeded Colorado Mesa Mavericks. The loss ended the men's season at a record of 12-17. The reigning champs and 6-seeded Metro State women continue to defend their title after rallying and defeating 3-seeded Black Hills State University in Spearfish, South Dakota to a score of 56-50. The Roadrunners will advance to face the number 2 seed Colorado School of Mines in the quarterfinal round of the RMAC tournament, March 3rd at 7:30 at Regis Fieldhouse. Both teams did a great job representing our school. They played their heart out with intensity, and we wish our Lady Roadrunners good luck as they chase their second consecutive title. Champion surfer Bethany Hamilton pulls out of the upcoming Surf League Championship because of her new policy on transgender athletes. The new rule indicates that transgender women who are competing to maintain a certain testosterone level in order to compete. Hamilton posted on her social media stating that the majority of women competing think the same after she received backlash on the comment about not wanting to be in a sport dominated by male bodies. Many people are stating that Hamilton was being transphobic, while others are in agreement saying that it is not fair. The Colorado Rapids kicked off their season this past weekend, but it was not the start the team was expecting. The club traveled to Seattle to take on the Sounders in their inaugural game of the 2023 season. But this first game of the season was one to forget, as the Rapids were outscored 4-0. Colorado looked rusty and unprepared as the defense was unable to protect their net with little help from the offense to put pressure on Seattle. The team and fans will look to put this game behind them with the club coming back for their first home opener against Sporting KC. Well, that's all I've got for you guys this week. Let's send it back to the desk.
Well, we had great stories this week, Brenden, but I want to know, whose team are you on, Selena or Hailey?
Well, after a lot of consideration, I can safely say that I am Team Selena.
Yes.
That's right.
Good. Yeah, Selena.
I love Wizards of Waverly Place.
We do love it.
That's my thought process.
It makes me feel kind of bad for Hailey, but you know what? God's timing is always right. Well, that's all we have for the Met Report today.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and at mymetmedia.com.
Have a great weekend, everyone.